Hi everyone. I'd like to talk now a little bit about new products and the product life cycle on it for Chapter 8. Market introduction is the introduction phase of a new product, good, or service that's brought into the marketplace with heavy market spending. Obviously, you need to be spending a lot of money on the promotion, which is going to involve advertising, promotions, coupons. It's important to have to introduce a new product as or goods or services. Strategically, the prices might start out low if you're looking at penetration on it, but sometimes they can start out high, which can be a skimming um, technique on it in order to recoup some of the development costs. Market growth is the phase that's characterized by accelerated sales, rise in profits, stronger customer awareness, greater distribution channel coverage, and entry of competition when you're into the growth stage. The firm might be able to begin increasing their prices on it. Advertising is intended to persuade the customer that they're superior to the competition. Great time to also really put the differentiation of the marketplace into your advertising. Market maturity is during the time that the advertising is continuing to persuade the customer about the brand's relative advantage and serve as a reminder for the consumer to buy the product. It might proliferate to a fuller product line to satisfy more segments of customers. At this point, there's more competition. Sales may grow, but the profits can decline on it. Strong competitors could gain some market share, and weaker firms will begin to fall off in the place of the marketplace. Instead of reducing prices, the firm should try to find new benefits that would either increase or at least maintain the current prices on it. One problem can be is that if you lower your prices, the customer is also getting the assumption that the product is maybe not worth as much either. Market decline phase is characterized by a decline in sales and profits. New products start replacing old ones. The firm might divest, harvest, or rejuvenate the old product on it. The length of the product cycles can vary a lot on it. Definitely has changed over the last few years. The length of a product category life cycle can tend to be longer than just individual brands of the opinion on it. So I'm sure that you are familiar with several different products that are in each one of the stages on it. Marketers are under the opinion that when a new product is introduced, the first person to try it first goes and then shows it to others. Then they appreciate it, they buy it, and they tell others. We've talked a lot about in class word of mouth or viral marketing that's going to help activate the process of diffusion of innovations. Innovators are the first 3 to 5% who are willing to try new ideas and to take risks. Early adopters are the next 10 to 15%. They are even more influential as opinion leaders, primarily because they're from a larger group. The early majority is 34%. They're more adverse to risks than the first two groups, and the later majority, 34%, are even more cautious. Generally, for the late majority, those people are going to be older and more conservative on it, and they will only wish to purchase proven products on it. The final group would be the laggers or non-adapters. They're even more risk adverse on it. They're skeptical of new products and stereotypically would be in a lower income on it. As I mentioned, I'm sure that you can think of examples of all three of the categories on it. How do products and brand extensions fit into the market strategy? Definitely customer feedback is very important in new product development. Questions, concerns that customers are talking about are always good things to look at when developing a new product. number of factors that can influence the customer's acceptance of a new product and the diffusion of the innovation through the marketplace. The customer acceptance seems to be higher when a new product has a clear relative advantage over any existing products, how it's going to improve their life. If it's compatible with the customer's lifestyle, it's not overly complex, easily tried or sampled to facilitate the initial assessment on it. Probably one of the keys why Apple was so successful is that their products are relatively easy to use, all very similar to each other, so people can pick them up and use them without a lot of training. Most companies offer multiple product lines, so they constantly balance the strategies, the needs of the products at different points in their life cycles. Much like the personality of people in the diffusion companies can vary. Some innovators and some are reactors. In today's world, it's just so important that they're always looking at changing. If you're not changing and if you're not growing, you're dying. And so it's just definitely important that companies are always thinking forward thinking. Research shows that the first in the market's often the first to fail because maybe a new concept might take a little while for it to sink into the minds of the consumer. By comparison, first movers also have the advantage of launching incrementally new products that can become less of a risk. When Apple introduced the iPod, who had any idea that they needed an MP3 player, and it was something totally different than anything else they ever had. Companies can use market penetration when they try to sell more of the same stuff to the same customers. Customers will strive for more sales by suggesting new ways that they could use the product on it. Product development is for the company who wishes to become more innovative on it. The companies offer new or modified products to the current customer base to keep them happy. Market development is the part of the company that takes when it's settled on a product mix and thinks that there might be some good opportunities to target. The product might remain the same, but maybe they reach a new target on it. The company may need to expand their channels, and they must modify their promotional communications to create a new image for the new target. Diversification can be the toughest of the four strategies because the company tries to go for a totally new set of customers with a new set of products. What trends it is that we need to watch for, like I said, it's just so important that you're keeping an eye on what's going on. Current changes will be real interesting to watch. Some companies probably won't make it through this pandemic right now. Other companies will come out stronger, probably be new products and everything that will come out also. Our world will probably be totally different for quite some time. It's important that we keep an eye on how the world is changing and the direction that things are going because trends form the context in which all new products forecasting is occurring. Demographics, lifestyle, and cultural trends can boost or constrain the success of a new product on it. Trends to watch for in the United States and Western Europe is the aging population, the rise of the Hispanic population in the United States, growing wealth of the American population on it, the concern for environment and corporate social responsibility, and the culture differences on it. So just as vitally important, new products are crucial for a company's growth. Like I said, if they're not keeping up with the times, they're just not going to be able to make it. To develop new products, marketers must go through a process from idea generation, putting all ideas on the board, not thinking anything maybe isn't worthwhile possibly, to testing the market potential, to concept testing, then the design and development, beta testing, and then ultimately the launch of the new product. Have kind of talked about it a little bit in class. As far as test markets, normally it's a larger population that they can get a good read on the product to test it out and see if it's something the customers would be interested in. Marketers also need to find it's important to reinvigorate existing product lines. Reinvigoration among product lines is important to always keep the product fresh and to have it evolve throughout the product life cycle. They need to use different models to forecast, and also need to be, of course, looking to study the current trends on it. So we'll take a look at the smart cars video on it, but I do appreciate you listening, and please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Take care and be safe. Thanks, everybody.